Each year, the railway holds a murder mystery weekend where passengers are invited to take part in solving a mystery, and it has proven to be a big hit. This year, Thomas was to take it with Annie and Clarabelle. He had been boasting to Percy and Toby all night about it. And with that, he fell asleep. The next morning, Thomas waited at Knapford Yards while the Fat Controller and his crew chatted. As he dozed in the sun, he noticed a teenager shouting at Rosie as she shunted. The boy muttered a few things before going off. Soon enough, Thomas's crew returned and showed Thomas the plan. At the washdown, Thomas saw the teenager again. He eyed him suspiciously before his driver came up. Soon Thomas, Annie and Clarabelle were all cleaned up. With everything sorted, they headed off to Knapford. There, the station had been decorated up and passengers swarmed the platform. It wasn't long before... And with cheers of enthusiasm, the passengers boarded. The three spent so long bickering that no one noticed the teenager board the train. He was still bitter after Thomas telling him off, and he had a plan to get back at him. Soon enough, the station clock rang out 7 p.m, and the guard blew his whistle, and Thomas set off. They were soon making good time, and it wasn't long before Wellsworth was in sight. Thomas pulled into the platform, and some actors got on. One lady got off and began talking to the guard. Thomas couldn't hear her, but he could hear the guard. And the lady boarded the train again. And with that, the guard blew his whistle and jumped into Clarabelle as Thomas headed over to Kronk. Thomas was enjoying it, but his passengers weren't. In Annie, there was trouble. More and more passengers were finding things missing. Then someone pulled the emergency cable. Annie's brakes seized on. Thomas soon stopped with a loud crack and a hiss as passengers and crew stormed out. There was no reply. Soon an argument broke out and the police were called out. They coned off the area Thomas was in and officers searched Annie and Clarabelle. Thomas felt very silly as the others passed him. They revealed a sack full of the stolen goods. With that, he was taken away and the stolen goods were returned to the passengers. They climbed aboard the coaches and Thomas tried to start again. To no avail. Luckily, Percy and Toby were more than happy to come and rescue him, mainly so they could laugh at him. And with that, the three friends headed off to continue for the rest of the journey.